Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Emma, and today we're talking about something very important in English tense agreement. Hopefully this should be an interesting video for you all. We're going to discuss how verbs need to agree with their subjects in number and person. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to stay updated with all our lessons on mastering English. Let's begin with a quick overview of what tense agreement means. Simply put, the verb in a sentence has to match the subject. If the subject is singular, the verb should be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb should be plural. Alright, that's the basic idea. Now, let's explore examples to make everything clear. Let's start with singular subjects. She walks to school. He plays soccer every weekend. It rains a lot here. In each example, the subject is singular, so the verb takes an S. But if we change to a plural subject, they walk to school. We play soccer every weekend. The trees sway in the wind. Notice how the verb drops the S when the subject is plural. It's a simple change, but it makes a big difference. Now, let's focus on first person and second person. For the subject I or you, the verb doesn't take an S, even though they're singular. For example, I read every night. You enjoy learning English. Notice how read and enjoy don't have an S. It's different from third-person singular subjects like he or she. Let's go through more examples to make it clearer. She runs every morning. We run together. He eats breakfast at 7 a.m. They eat at the same time. The verb changes depending on whether we're talking about he, she/it, or we/they. Actually, this is one of the most common mistakes learners make, so keep practicing this. Alright, let's practice with different subjects. The cat sleeps all day. The cats sleep in the garden. He studies hard. They study every evening. Do you see how the verb changes? Singular subjects, like cat or he, take a singular verb. Plural subjects, like cats or they, use the base form of the verb. Another common example involves the verb to be. For singular subjects, we say, I am happy. He is a student. She is learning English. But for plural subjects, it changes to. We are learning together. They are practicing their English. It's cool, right? By understanding subject-verb agreement, your sentences will sound much more natural. Let's go through some everyday examples you can practice. He works at the office. I work from home. She enjoys reading books. We enjoy watching movies. You can also create your own examples. The dog barks at night. The dogs bark loudly. He loves coffee. They love tea. Keep these differences in mind when you're making sentences in English. It'll help you truly become fluent in English. Now, let's talk about some special cases. What happens with collective nouns, like team or family? It depends on whether you see them as a single group or as individuals. For example, the team is playing well. As one group. The team are wearing their new uniforms. As individuals. Interesting, isn't it? English can be flexible, but understanding these rules will help you avoid confusion. Here's another important tip. When a sentence starts with there or here, the verb agrees with the subject that comes after it. For example, there is a book on the table. There are books on the table. The verb changes depending on whether book is singular or books is plural. Same with. Here is the problem. Here are the solutions. Now, let's get into some more examples that you can use in daily life. The car needs gas. The cars need washing. She has a new job. They have many jobs to choose from. It's easy once you get the hang of it. The verb always follows the subject in both number and person. Let's look at some more sentences to keep our practice going. John fixes the bike. They fix bikes on the weekend. The teacher explains the lesson. The students listen carefully. You can see how each subject changes the verb slightly. Let's practice more. He drinks coffee. They drink tea. The computer works well. The computers work efficiently. Alright, now let's move on to modal verbs, like can or should. For example, she can dance very well. They can speak multiple languages. He should finish his homework. We should start studying. With modal verbs, the main verb doesn't change, but it still follows the subject. If you're ever unsure about subject-verb agreement, don't worry. Just focus on the subject, and make sure the verb matches it. Here are some helpful sentences. She teaches English. They teach Spanish. The child runs fast. The children run quickly. And if you're not sure, you can always comment below, and I'll be happy to help you out. Let's take a look at some common mistakes learners make. Wrong, he go to school. Correct, he goes to school. Another one. Wrong, they loves ice cream. Correct, they love ice cream. Always check, is the subject singular or plural? And then match the verb accordingly. Now let's get into a quick review of irregular verbs in the present tense. For example, she has a bike. They have bikes. He does his homework. We do our best. Irregular verbs are tricky, but with practice, you'll get comfortable with them. Okay, let's do a quick quiz. What's the correct verb for this sentence? The cat chase or chases the mouse? Correct, the cat chases the mouse. Here's another one. The birds fly or fly south? Correct, the birds fly south. Great job, everyone. You're doing amazing. I hope this lesson has helped you understand tense agreement better. The key is to make sure your verb matches your subject in both number and person. With time and practice, this will become second nature. Remember, if you have any questions, you can comment below, and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you had fun learning and practicing with me. If you enjoyed this lesson, leave a like and share it with your friends. I'll be back soon with more lessons, so don't forget to subscribe. See you next time and keep practicing until you truly become fluent in English. Bye for now.